Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is JJ. I hope that you guys are having a beautiful day or night whenever you do come across this video. I do want to remind everyone that all my readings are timeless, and whenever you do come across this reading, this is when you were meant to hear this message. I will be touching on what's going on in the collective, how I've been feeling the energy, and what I have been told by my beautiful clients, also my beautiful starseeds on Insta, Facebook, or even here in the comment section as well, or people who just email me. So if you don't want to hear about what's going on in the collective energy, you can fast forward to your selected option. Like always, everything is in the description box below. Remember that these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Something doesn't fit, that is okay. You can let it go. Today's message is a message from Archangel Michael. I feel like he has been very present in my personal life as well as other people's lives as well. So if you work with Archangel Michael, you don't have to belong to a religion to get a message from him. It's just what you need to hear right now. And let's get started with what I'm picking up for the collective. So the energy that has been the strongest in the collective is this death and rebirth. I feel this. I connected with this energy when I did the Reiki circle. So a lot of us, there's parts of ourselves or aspects of ourselves that are ending, that we're letting go of. And of course, this was an eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio does represent death and rebirth, right? But the energy has been intense for many of us, myself included. There's been a lot of purging. There's been a lot of emotional things coming up. So I do want to say, if you have been feeling that way, just know that you're not alone. Allow these emotions to come up. Allow these memories to resurface and allow them to flow, okay? If that means crying, if that means talking it out with someone that you love and that you trust and that holds sacred space for you, great. Do that, right? If that means just, taking a warm bath and just spending time with yourself, then that is also a good option as well. For some of us, it's prayer, and that is okay too, right? Connecting with our guides. But just know that if things have been intense, especially something that I have been seeing in my circle of friends, which we're all spiritual, we're in the spiritual community, we're all going back to 2017, which is something that I mentioned back on Patreon a while ago. For the first eclipse, I don't remember, it was a partial eclipse, it was the beginning of the year, how 2017 and 2018 were going to be significant, because even on a collective level, 2017 and 2018, but particularly 2017, was a big year for all of us worldwide. Big shifts were happening in 2017, big reliefs and releases that were going on as well. And I feel like there's certain things that are coming back up from 2017. And, these might be things like, for example, for many of you, I think the best example I can give is always my personal life, just because, like, little glimpses of it, just because I feel like that's the best way I can give it to you guys. So back in 2017 is when I decided not to continue with my academic path. I decided to take a step back, to dedicate my time, my energy to my kids, and eventually it turned into my YouTube and my business. So there were big shifts, right? Ego deaths, a lot of things going on. And I believe I told this story back when I started my channel, and that has been coming up again. I've been thinking, like, maybe I should go back. And like finish what I couldn't finish or what I put aside, or is this something that I still want to pursue? And so, something I want you to think back in 2017. What happened, and are there themes that are coming back up for you? And do you have a different perspective, or are you choosing to go back and kind of revisit? Because I feel like there is a reason why these themes, these opportunities, or these flashbacks are coming back. I feel like it's because we're getting the opportunity, and it is Mercury retrograde, and I always say this, Mercury retrograde is a time for us to revisit something from the past with fresh eyes or with a fresh perspective and see if that still resonates with us or not, right? With new information that we have. And so just know, if you're like, wait, that happened in 2017, that happened back in 2018, why is this coming back up again? It's because we're having to look at it again to see, do we want to go back to it? Do we want to revisit it? Do we want to pursue it again? Spirit is like, this is your judgment period. You're calling judgment on what happened in 2017, and you're choosing either to turn the page or go back and and it's okay for you to take your time with that, right? Is this something that you can fit in? Is this something that you don't want? You're like, no, that's not for me. That is okay, and finding forgiveness in that too. For some of you, could be situations with people as well, things that we feel like, oh, we have forgiven, but it's like it's coming back up, and it's like, have we though? It's still there. It's been there. It's many years, 2017 till now. We're talking about what, 6 to 5 years, 7 years, around there. So these are things that are coming back up again. I've heard from a lot of people too that 2017 was a very lonely year for many of us on a collective level. And it was because it was a big shift. It was big awakenings, big ascensions happening in the world. A lot of twin flames woke up in 2017 as well. So again, just be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself during this time, okay? It doesn't mean that you have to go back to what happened. It's just mean you're looking at it from I want to say higher perspective is what I want to say. Or now you're understanding. You're gaining clarity as to why certain things happened back then. And you're like, oh, that makes sense. Look at where I am now. Right? Kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I want to say. That's what's going on in the collective. I do have 3 piles here. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. These are the soul cards, and I will be shuffling. So I have 3 decks on this side. I have 5 decks on this side right here. So depending on what I'm feeling intuitively, I will be shuffling on camera. I know some of you don't like it. Some of you do. That is okay, but I'm going to shuffle on camera. So I'm going to start with pile number 1. I will see you in your selected pile. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. I hope that you guys are doing great. This is your message from Archangel Michael. Let's have a look and let's see. If you skipped the intro, I will be shuffling on camera. I have 3 decks here and 5 decks over here. So each pile will be getting a combination of these decks. So not every pile is going to have the same decks in them. Some of them might, but just letting you guys know. So this is the Soul Cards 2 deck, and I'm going to be using this card as kind of the main theme for each pile, and then we'll go from there. So your message from Archangel Michael. That's such a powerful card. I feel the first thing I want to say, because I'm seeing an eagle here, is looking like an eagle. Like I'm seeing an eagle. So again, it's like higher perspective. Higher perspective. There is this energy of a lot of clarity with the eye here as well. A lot of things that maybe you didn't want to look at from the past are coming back up. I feel there is an emotional release, especially with this blue color that we have going on, and it's repeating in the card. This always gives me heart chakra vibes. I do feel here that there is this kind of like a death of old self, so a new version of you can emerge. I do see that Archangel Michael as well is overseeing this change, because for whatever reason this is a difficult change. The hand in his heart, it's kind of giving me like the Pledge of Allegiance. So I feel like in some way these are things that you gave your word to, or they were things that you had vows, right, with, or like commitment to. And so I feel that these are things that are difficult maybe for you to even accept, because both of his eyes are closed. His eyes, I'm not quite sure. No, his eyes are open. So I feel like something that you couldn't see before, you're going to see. And there's a lot of blue in this deck as well, in this card, I mean. This is also giving me like the mane of a lion. So I feel like you're stepping into a leadership role here. I feel like it's like you were cloaked in some way before, right? Because he looks cloaked. But I feel like now it's like you're emerging is the energy that I'm getting here. And Archangel Michael wants you to know that that's what's happening. It's like an old version of you is dying, so a new one can emerge. A more empowered one. One where you're going to be the leader. One where you're having this higher consciousness. One where you are having clarity of who you are, your emotions, and where you want to go as well here. Yeah, Four of Swords coming out. So I feel like for many of you, you're in this energy of introspection with that Four of Swords. You might have been having a lot of nightmares as well with the dream catcher there. I feel like a lot of thoughts that at some point were overwhelming, that couldn't or wouldn't allow you to pursue certain things, or that were holding you back, that were barriers. I feel like it's like they're I keep hearing like, it's like they're not gonna be as loud in your head is what I want to say. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. I feel like also it's like you're in introspection about what you were giving to. What were you giving to, and what was the dynamic there? What was the give and take? You know, were you receiving the same that you were giving, or were you giving, or were you just receiving? It's like you're looking at all of this introspection. You might have been praying to Archangel Michael as well. He wants you to know that you're getting out of this energy. You're moving towards new beginnings with the Fool card here, pile number one. But you have to, or you had to go through judgment, because there's certain things that you needed to walk away from. Things that were keeping you in this Five of Wands. Things that were keeping you stuck or in inner conflict. And this could have been with other people, or maybe within yourself, particularly emotionally, with the Eight of Cups being next to it. But I do see here with the Death card as well that there is this ending of self-deception, or things that you didn't want to look at, okay? But you had to go through this period of judgment, and that's why you were in the Four of Swords. And I feel like Archangel Michael too in some way is calling judgment on this, on things that didn't make you feel good, things that left you in this Five of Cups, made you feel abandoned. Maybe you're looking at the wounds of abandonment, of rejection here. Yes, Five of Pentacles, exactly. I feel like pile number one, you had to really, or you have been letting go of a lot of things. A lot of things. And that's why I keep saying, like, I feel, because I keep being drawn to his hand and his chest. I feel like these were things that, even my chest is feeling heavy right now, that were just there. But I feel like you looking at them, calling judgment, seeing if you can forgive, forgiving for yourself. I always say this is not for other people, it's for ourselves, to kind of lighten the load, to remove some of the stuck emotion that was there in your heart chakra, in order for you to find peace. So it could be also that Archangel Michael is saying there might be people from your past that are coming back again. What else? It's like you had to, that's too many. That's too many. Discernment, yeah. You had to find discernment here. For some of you, you might have a rose tattoo. You might have a tattoo of a skull or La Santa Muerte. You might love red roses. This might be something that happened during the full moon eclipse. Also learning to discern truth from lies within you and from others as well. So it might be that you might have, yeah, and you're having to choose whether you'll rise above it, or you're choosing to be like, no, I'm completely walking away from that. And then at the bottom, the Ancient One is rising. Yes, I feel like this is you rising into your power. That's what Archangel Michael wants you to know. That's why you're going through this difficult moment in your life currently right now. And I'm going to honor the fact that this came out in reverse, okay? We are the rainbow bridges. We bridge spirit to matter and heaven to earth. Again, I feel like the inner magician within you is waking up, is what I'm getting here. But again, it's like you feel alone, or you feel different, or maybe you've always felt this way, pile number 1. The card in reversal that we have here is true freedom. It's upright. It says freedom to live your life exactly as your soul chooses to, but it was in reverse. I feel like Archangel Michael wants you to know that you're in the process of stepping into your true freedom. You're in the process of letting go of anything that was not allowing you to be your most authentic self. So this might have been people, situations, beliefs, thoughts, things that at some point you were committed to. And then we have Merlin. Yes, because the inner magician wants to come out. And this is all about alchemy. So you are going through this period of alchemy. Dragon energy is significant. Owls, you might love owls. You might have tattoos of owls. Magician, manifestation. It's like you're making space for your manifestations to come in from a place of unconditional love, with 4 and 2 being 6, and you have another 6 here. Oh, that's interesting. You have 4, 4, and then 6, 6. These might be numbers that you might be seeing. Let's see, what does Archangel Michael want you to let go of? Surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the people and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. I feel for many of you, maybe you've had a hard time trusting other people. And it might be because you were always in the 6 of Pentacles energy, where you were always giving, and things were not equal. So maybe that closed you off in some way. And Archangel Michael wants you to know we're removing those barriers. We're removing those walls in order for progress to come in order for this new beginning to come in. But we had to look at first, where was I not honoring my boundaries? Where was I not being authentic to myself? Where was I choosing to give my freedom away to certain things that I knew that weren't good for me, right? Okay, one more deck here, and then we're going to move to pile number 2. I'm going to use this big deck here, which is a combination of all the decks that I have. For some of you, there could be some healing with mother. Happy Mother's Day, by the way. We have deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So for many of you, you're birthing something new. But in order for you to birth this is a manifestation, and Archangel Michael is helping you with that. But he is the one with the sword that cuts things out, right? Cords. He's the one that I use for cord cutting and Reiki. It's like Archangel Michael says we cannot make, or we cannot manifest that which we want if we don't have space for it. And so he's here helping you, assisting you, cutting cords that do not need to be there anymore. Especially if they're not honoring the love that you give. And you have many ancestors walking with you. Trust the timing. That is interesting, because we have surrender timing at the bottom here as well. So again, sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So for many of you, you're getting impatient. You're like, you know what? Why isn't this happening? I want it to happen now. And that's something that you're working through as well. And Archangel Michael wants you to know it's because you're going through this purging cycle right now. But know that you're not running out of time. You still have time. Your manifestation is coming in. It's just we're having to make space for this manifestation, okay? because it's like you're riding the wave is what I want to say here. And then we have my will to thy will. 1212, as I said that, micromanaging the universe. Yeah, where have we been trying to micromanage? And this goes back to not allowing other people to assist us or to help us. And Archangel Michael wants you to look at that. Okay, and he's helping you with that. He's helping you be more balanced here. But let's see with what affirmation. Pile number 1. You also are learning to speak your truth is something that I'm getting here. Because I feel like at some point you felt like your truth wasn't enough or your voice wasn't enough. Particularly when it comes to connecting with others. But let's see. Oh. You are a money magnet. That's the card that fell. So you're going to have to trust me. But I'm going to pull another one. So you're a money magnet. If you've been wanting to manifest more money or a business or a new career, a new profession, a new job, a new position, a new home, anything that has to do with your stability, Archangel Michael is assisting you with that, okay? Let's see. And we have life is beautiful, I am blessed. So that is going to be your affirmation, pile number 1. But that is what I have for you. Take care of yourself, stay safe, be kind to yourself, and be kind to others. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is your message from Archangel Michael. These are the soul cards 2. And that is going to be the main theme. That is where I'm going to be channeling the message the most from Archangel Michael. And then I will be using, if you skip the intro, different decks that I have here. So I have 3 on this side, 5 on this side, and I don't know if every pile will get the same decks, but I will be shuffling on camera. With that being said, let's have a look here. Let's see what is going on. What is Archangel Michael's message to you? Okay, that is interesting. That is an interesting image. Okay, you guys, hold up. There's a lot of root chakra that I'm picking up here. So maybe there is fears around your stability. Maybe there is fears around a sense of confidence with the solar plexus here. I feel like also there are, because we see the sun energy here, or at least that's how I'm picking it up. And then we're seeing like little smudges of ink or paint, if you will. And I don't know if he is laying down or if he's leaning on something, on like a rock. So this is the way I'm going to leave this card, because that's the way I feel intuitively to read it. I feel like also it's like, where do you want to make your mark? Where is your passion taking you, kind of thing? Where do you want to leave your imprint is what Archangel Michael wants you to really think about. I'm also getting here as well, you have been leaning on something that maybe wasn't making you happy with this gloomy kind of painting here. I feel like Archangel Michael is like, we need to go here where the sun is. But I do see that at the same time, this person here, or you, pile number 2, at the same time, is kind of like you are holding back a little bit, right? It's kind of like you're resting there, and it's like, I see it, I'm kind of touching it at the same time to see if it's real or if it's not real, you know, because I do feel like whatever was here, I feel like it's kind of smudging, or it's getting in the way of what could be. But I feel like it's not as much as the past, right? Is what I'm getting at here. I feel like you are also going through a shamanic journey. You're going through a big rebirth, pile number 2. This is a rebirth that it's like, who I used to be, I'm not who I'm becoming. It's like a big shift. If you've ever been through a shamanic, I don't know the right word, awakening, or if you ever been on a shamanic journey, then you know what I'm talking about. This is like big changes that you can physically see in yourself, as well as, you know, other people can see. They're like, whoa, you used to be this person, now you're not that person anymore. I feel like Archangel Michael wants you to know that it's safe for you, and he understands that, you know, there's certain things that you're still working through, that there's certain things that are still like like tattoos in your soul, if you will, that you're still working through, that it's going to be quite a challenge to work through, but you've done the work, you've done a lot of the things, and the passion is coming back into your soul. Maybe at some point you felt like you didn't have passion, or you felt like you couldn't, like you weren't connected, is what I'm getting here. Okay. And with the knees, also in Reiki, I teach that the knees is how you support yourself, but the knees also correlate to your mother energy. So I feel like in some way you've been doing a lot of work around how you support yourself emotionally, physically, and are you able to do that? And with the sun here, with the sun energy that I have here, it's kind of like joy is coming back in. Slowly but surely it's coming back in. Two of Swords. Yeah, there's this hesitancy. There's this, like I said, this kind of like having to kind of take a step back and just looking at things and assessing, like I said, is this good, is this not, and needing to make a choice. So if you have been, or you're in a position where you're having to make a choice, Archangel Michael's like, I'm helping you clear out the confusion so you can make the best choice for yourself. For others of you, you're in this energy of which wolf do I feed? It's do I focus on the negative, do I focus on the positive, like which one do I go? And there's more to that analogy and that story. But again, a lot of shamanism energy here. So I don't know, a lot of you might connect with shamans. That might be a title that you call yourself, or you come from a lineage of a lot of shamans. But I feel like it's like you're trying to make an empowered decision for yourself as well with the Two of Swords here. It's like for many of you, you feel like crossroads, and that's why you're just like taking a step back and kind of seeing, like it's like you're leaning. Now I'm hearing the song Lean on Me. This might be an emotional decision. This might be a decision that you're making about a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio individual. I feel like for some of you, you might be stepping into Reiki. If that's the case, your guides are saying yes. Okay, Archangel Michael is like, yes, Reiki is for you. Or you've been thinking about getting a Reiki session. That would be really good. Or doing Reiki on yourself as well. Pile number 2. Trust your path. Yeah, it's like you're hesitant about something. And Archangel Michael knows. Archangel Michael is telling you, I know what you've been through. I know where you're coming from. I completely understand. For some of you, and this is going to be a heavy message, for some of you, you feel like you've just been an autopilot. You kind of just been in like this energy of like zombie, if you will. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Again, it's like this energy. You're like, what do I do? Which path do I go? And Archangel Michael's like, I'm here. I'm supporting you. Whatever path that makes you the happiest, that makes you fulfilled, that's the path that I want you to take. So Archangel Michael is saying, don't be so hard on yourself. There is no right or wrong decision here. It's all about what you want, what makes you happy, what makes you feel fulfilled, because apparently where you've been at hasn't. Or maybe we need to make changes. But know that you are supported. Know that I am taking care of you, that I am right here with you, guiding you. That you don't walk this path alone, basically. Look at that. These 2 cards flipped. The Akasha. So for some of you, you have been visiting the Akashic record. I had a dream like this last night where I was in a hallway like that. That was interesting. So maybe for some of you, you have been dreaming about, or have been in like a library, or maybe in ancient places. But again, your guidance is divinely guided. Again, Archangel Michael's just coming in to let you know, like, you're not alone. You're not alone. What you're going through, it is difficult. Pile number 2. It has been difficult because I feel like it's calling you to step up. It's calling you to make big changes in your life, big decisions. And he's wanting you to know that this is part of the process here. Messages from Archangel Michael. Yeah, to be in the flow. It's like you're walking through a threshold here is what I'm picking up. Yeah, it's like you've been through a lot with these steps. Okay, it's been a difficult journey here, pile number 2. But you have to trust your intuition when it comes to this transformation, because you are going through a transformation. And be open to it, okay? Because I feel like, again, there's a sense of hesitancy. There's a sense of like, I'm not sure. Again, I'm peeking, I'm kind of touching, seeing like, is this something I can trust? Is this something real? Message from Archangel Michael. Oh, this card came out on IG today. Yeah, it's like you're coming back to life. You're returning to life, like something, or it could also be something in your life is coming back around, renewed, refreshed. Okay, this could be a friendship, this could be a partnership, this could be an aspect of your life that you kind of felt like, okay, it was gone, it was dead, there was no going back to it, or there's no reviving the situation. It's coming back around, okay, for some of you, if you want that. And we have her special place, find your own safe place, inside and out. So maybe you watch that movie. I said that on IG. Maybe you want to watch or read the message in IG here. But basically, this is a card that is all about creating a sanctuary for you. And also reminding you, Archangel Michael is reminding you that where you're going with that sun energy, you always have the power to create the life that you want, to create that sanctuary wherever you go. Okay, don't think that just because you outgrew one doesn't mean you cannot create another one. And with the 16, this tells me that you went through a tower moment, and that might be the hesitancy. That might be what scares you. Okay. And then we have Archangel Azrael. So 14, temperance, taking it one step at a time. Life changes, like I said. You guys are going through big shifts here, like I said, with the shamanic journeying here. Transitions and death and rebirth. Yeah, it's like you're becoming a whole new person. And so it's important, Archangel Michael is saying, that you also take the time to retreat if you need to. Take the time to go to your sacred space, whatever that is. Or maybe this is a person, this is a person you can go to that that no matter what, this person is not going to judge me. This person is not going to hold anything against me. And they're going to be there just maybe to listen. Or if I ask them for advice, they will give me that advice. But again, you're going through big changes, and Archangel Michael is assisting you with them and letting you know, don't be so hard on yourself. Make decisions based on what feels right for you, what makes you happy, what it is, because this is your sanctuary. This is your safe place. You decide who you allow in, what you allow in. And that is that energy of like having to step up and lead in a way. Because it's like you're having to make these big decisions. And maybe before you didn't make big decisions like this. Maybe before someone else made these decisions for you. And now it's like you have to do them. And now you feel the responsibility and you're like, oh my God, what if I'm wrong? What if I fall and scrape myself or something, metaphorically speaking, you guys. Archangel Michael is saying, it's okay. It's okay. We all fall. We all get scraped. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. That's how we evolve in life. But as long as you're choosing from a place of what makes you happy in your heart space, then anything is possible for you. Pile number 2. And then we have ancient aliens. ETs have always been a part of our history. So again, for a lot of you, you have been communicating with extraterrestrial energy for some of you, or you might be dreaming like you're in a spaceship or something like this. That's for some of you. And then at the bottom of the deck, we do have the universe speaks in synchronicities. Again, this energy of walking through a portal. It's like, again, this energy of shamanism is coming through very strong here. Pile number 2. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the synchronicities. That is your intuition talking to you. That is your guides talking to you. Now I'm going to pull a... Oh, wait. What does Archangel Michael want you to let go of for pile 2, and then I'll pull an affirmation. Surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Yeah, and that's the thing. Things that are for you are going to be effortless. Things that are for you, you know, are not going to be so hard. And maybe things have been hard, but it's because maybe that was not your place. Maybe that wasn't the person, the job for you. And that's why it felt like a struggle. So let's see an affirmation here for pile number 2. I send love to all those in need. You know, especially we're talking about other people here for you, pile number 2, or situations that you're kind of like, I shouldn't have stayed in this situation as long as I did. Send forgiveness and love to them, and also to yourself. Most importantly, to yourself first, and then the rest. But know that blessings are coming in. Know that you're stepping into higher consciousness. Light is coming in. That sun energy is coming in for you. Pay attention to music. I feel like in some way this is your answered prayer here, pile number 2. You just can't see it yet, but it is. But that is what I have for you. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Be kind to yourself and be kind to one another. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. This is your message from Archangel Michael. If you skipped the intro, I will be shuffling on camera. This is a card from Soul Cards 2. That is the main card that I will be channeling from. And then I will be pulling cards from the 3 decks that I have here and the 5 decks that I have on this side. Yeah, if you feel guided to pick another pile, listen to that other pile as well. But let's have a look. Let's see what Archangel Michael's message for you is. Ooh, okay. A lot of green, a lot of teal, a lot of blue, and red and yellow. So I would say I'm picking up heart chakra, throat chakra, solar, and sacral. Okay. There's so many messages coming through. There's a heavy influence. There's influence here because I'm seeing someone. Okay. I'm seeing someone talk to someone here. I'm also seeing a woman here and another woman here. So for some of you, you're healing a lot of female lineage. Okay, the female lineage in your family. I feel like for some of you as well, what I'm getting here is, where have you felt small in your life? Archangel Michael is saying, where have you felt small? Or what in your childhood, what in your upbringing made you feel really small? Because Archangel Michael keeps telling me or pointing to me that you're this beautiful, tall individual here, human. And it's like there's something here where you felt very small, or you felt like you didn't have any support in some way as a child, is what I'm picking up here. Like you didn't receive the nourishment. And I'm saying that because I'm being drawn to her, like Archangel Michael is showing me her chest area, her breast. So where did you feel that you lacked that emotional support? Where did you feel that you didn't have that nurturance? Maybe from your caretaker. I feel like you're doing a lot of inner child healing at this time, and this is going to empower you. This is going to help you bloom, because this I'm looking at it as like a flower blooming. Empress, yes, like I was saying, there's something about mom here, but I feel like you guys are becoming the empress of your life, regardless of gender, pile number 3. I want to say also that Archangel Michael wants you to know that you are in an alignment, because this is the number 3. You are in alignment. You might feel like you're not because of all the healing that you're doing, but clarity is coming in, okay? The clouds are like pulling away. It's like things used to be very cloudy. For a lot of you, you might be suffering from a lot of headaches here as well. There's been a lot of healing here about self-love, confidence, your ability to create. It's like a lot of things in your life, Archangel Michael is saying, need to come into alignment. And they are. You might have strong Taurus, a Libra in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, or just like a stellium in those signs. I feel like there might be some healing that you're doing with your mother. Happy Mother's Day, by the way. A todas mis latinas. Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this is something you've been working on for quite a long time. But there's also something about your creativity. Maybe you weren't allowed to express it as a child, Archangel Michael is saying, because there is this, because when we're little, when we're young, children can play with anything, right? They can make a broom, a sword. They have this beautiful imagination, and there's something there that maybe you didn't have creative expression. Maybe you weren't allowed to express your creativity. And so there's something there that is kind of coming back to the surface, because Archangel Michael wants you to know that you are a creative person. For some of you, you have a creative business, okay, with the Eight of Pentacles here. For some of you, you've mastered something with that Eight of Pentacles. But for some of you, it's like you forget. You forget that you have a crown. And it's because something about childhood. Archangel Michael keeps pointing back. Oof, Archangel Uriel. Okay. Illumination, inner power, ideas into form. Yeah. I feel this always gives me Archangel Michael vibes. But again, that solar plexus, something about your creativity here. Archangel Michael wants you to know that your creative projects, your ideas, and creativity doesn't just have to be painting, singing, dancing. It can be the way you manage a business. It can be the way you communicate. It can be the way you write. There's so many things. The way you make videos, the way you solve certain things in your life, the way you lead your life could be very creative. But for whatever reason, there is shame there. And I feel like Archangel Michael is wanting you to know that it's being illuminated for you to remember that you are this Empress energy, that you can birth anything that you want. And parents might be significant. 3 and 4, feminine, masculine energy, Empress, Emperor energy here. At the bottom of the deck, we do have Baba Yaga, which is the wise and the wild woman, duality, the witch. Yes, finding that balance between the duality of the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy. And there might have been something, like I said, Archangel Michael keeps saying there's something there in childhood. For some of you, you're becoming parents, or you're just finding out now that you're pregnant, or your wife is, and it's bringing up all these fears, right, for you. Because maybe you're like, I don't want to be like my parent. I don't want to be like the person who raised me. And then we have you are multidimensional, being of light. That is at the bottom of the deck. Again, it's like seeing the diversity within you, seeing the different aspects of you. That is what empowers you. Where before, probably you felt really small because of that, or people made you feel small because of that. Creative energy, Archangel Michael wants you to know, again, that you're in this fertile time right now. That anything can be birthed through you. And there is something that wants to be birthed through you. And for some of you, yes, it is a child. But for others of you, it is a creative project. Like there's no limits to what you want to create, to what you want to manifest in your life here, pile number 3. And Archangel Michael wants you to know that. Yeah, it's like you keep telling yourself, wait, it's not time yet. Wait, no, I still need this. Wait, no, I don't have this. It's like we have a hard time balancing the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy within, because the masculine is all about getting things done, taking action, right? Being that stability, and then being that kind of like pot where you plant the seed. That's the masculine energy, where the Empress is the seed, and she's all about flow. She's all about creativity, honoring our emotions. And I feel like sometimes Archangel Michael wants you to know, when we're in this divine Empress energy, creativity has stages. Manifestation has stages. It has cycles. That it's okay to slow down. You don't always have to be doing everything, because you are getting a lot of triggers right now. There's a card that fell. Give me a second. Let me pick that up. So this is the card that fell. It fell facing down. So let's see. Don't dim your light to fit in. Yes, this is what you're working through. Where do you feel? Where did you feel small? Where do you currently still feel small? Where do you feel like you're not good enough? That's what you're working through. And in order for us to see that, Archangel Michael has to like show us or remind us in a way, or reveal to us, where do we feel that way, so that we can start working through that. For a lot of you, this is because of a karmic partner too. Okay. But Archangel Michael wants you to know that for some of you, you're leaving a karmic partner. For others of you, I'm getting this energy of a lot of personal growth. This one wanted to come out too, so we'll take those two. Yeah, there's something about inner child. Learning to find that balance between play and work. And not worrying so much. And being okay in the polarity. Surrender comparisons with other people. Focus your eyes. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths and attractiveness and power. Yeah, stop comparing yourself to other people. You have your own journey. You have your own strength. You have your own challenges. And so do they. But you can't keep focusing on other people. You can't keep comparing yourself to other people. Because what might work for them might not work for you. And that is because, like I said, we all have different tools in our toolbox. And different challenges in our toolbox. And then we have surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So for a lot of you, again, this is like divine femme, divine masculine, right? Energy. I feel that you're also looking at where ego is holding you back a bit. Where is it working against you? And this might be by attracting certain people. This might have been that karmic partner that I told you that maybe had a lot of ego. Okay, and then we have acorns, invitation, touch, exchange, and connection. And then we have forgiveness, transcending the ego. Again, ego is a big one here. Pile number 3. Archangel Michael is bringing a lot of emphasis to your ego. I feel for many of you, you are transcending that. You are forgiving yourself and others as well. I feel for many of you too, with the 17 being the star card, a lot of healing. A lot of healing happening between a connection. And also the connection with yourself, but also connection with maybe parents or people of power. Now I'm going to pull an affirmation for pile number 3. We have, I am here to serve my purpose. So for many of you, you're holding yourself back when it comes to your purpose, your dharma in life. Because, again, you don't feel good enough. And Archangel Michael is wanting you to know that they're helping you work through this, okay? Because you are a creative being. There is creative energy that flows through you. And again, look at that right underneath. I forgive myself. The past has passed. I set myself free. There's something about your past, your upbringing, that is holding you back, that I feel like Archangel Michael is saying, work on it. Work on it, because I feel like it's in some ways like we're looking at it from rose-colored glasses, or we're not wanting to be honest with ourselves about a family dynamic that didn't allow us maybe to speak our truth or to pursue our truth. And it's something that I always had to kind of defend. Okay, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. I'm always having to defend this energy. 7 of Wands, always had to be in the defensive, always having to put people, like, kind of like remind them, because, or like people didn't allow you or felt threatened by you being Queen or King of Wands, okay, regardless of gender here. But I feel like Archangel Michael says you're ready for more. You're ready to expand. You're ready to explore different paths, different avenues, different options for yourself. Yes, it requires more responsibility, but you are able to handle it. But if we don't work on where you feel small, then yes, these responsibilities are going to feel overwhelming, and this is when we can hold ourselves back. But things are moving forward for you, okay, with that 8 of Wands. But that is what I have for you, pile number 3. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and yeah, bye. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Bye.